South Jersey bad boys. South Jersey bad boys. South Jersey bad boys. Didn't join in. So this is what I've been up to.
This is what we've been up
Pretty
to.
much what I've been up to past 12 years. Just been hanging out in a lot of basements and
South Jersey basements. That's what we should have named
Jersey
this.
basements.
But yeah.
It is better than a closet, though.
Yeah.
Well, I came out of that years ago.
Yeah. I tried coming out of it. My dad told me, you better get right the fuck back in.
He stuffed Dan right back in.
Yeah.
So
it was.
Thank you for coming on the pod, Amanda Virgilia, you guys.
There we go.
Hi, everyone.
We have the classic high school girlfriend episode that the people have been waiting for.
They've been dying for this, and I think when I have my high school girlfriend come on, Rachel's going to be sitting in the next seat, and it's going to get pretty spicy.
It'll be like the Maury
That's
Povich
Jerry
show.
Springer.
Yeah, it's going to get Jerry Springer. Someone's weave is getting pulled out. That's for
That's
sure.
right. R.I.P. Jerry. Were you a big Jerry fan?
Of course.
Yeah.
Were you ever sick on
I was going to
school
say,
day?
when we were sick from school, that was what was happening.
Jerry Springer, Canada Dry,
Maury Povich.
and Goldfish crackers.
Oh, right. I was like, was Canada Dry a show?
No, like the soda.
Ginger ale.
Now I
because
understand what you're saying.
Ginger ale for that fake stomach ache I told my mom I had.
Thank you.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm picking up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first podcast.
Yeah.
First podcast. And I gotta say, watching you two guys just like, oh my God, it's the first time in 12 years in my driveway. It's everything I've been hoping to see from this program. I wish I would have captured it.
Well, we have always stayed in touch, but I was thinking about it when we agreed to do the pod. We signed the contract. We said the whole thing. But I was like, I don't think we've seen each other in person in probably 12 years. I mean, we're, 32? And it's probably been since college or maybe even before.
Before.
Yeah.
100% before.
Now let me ask you this: if you ran,
I'm gonna let Dan kind of drive most of this.
Now, let me ask you. I should be seated in between you
I
two,
know.
just like as
a mediator.
So let me ask you this: if you ran into Brendan, or not even ran into, let's say you saw him from across the ShopRite or something, would you actually go out of your way to say hi, or would you just be like, "Oh, I'm going to stay in aisle 7"?
I'd say hi.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
See, that happened to me. My ex-girlfriend from high school saw me in the poorhouse on Haddon Ave. On St. Patrick's
Love
Day.
the poorhouse.
This was a recent event.
It was a recent event, and I'm sitting there, I'm like looking for somebody else, and then I hear her say my name, and I turn around, I'm like, what the fuck? It was like 10, 15 years, something like that too. It was it didn't end very well. So I'm like, why? And she's standing there with her kid and her husband, and introduces me, starts making small talk. I'm like, what are we doing? And then hours later, she sends me a follow-up text. It was great to see you. Say hi to the family. I was like, why do you have to do this to me?
Yeah. Because Brendan and
You've interacted.
We've interacted, but it also ended on like good terms.
Yeah, we were also
I
like
guess.
16.
I was the one who was an asshole.
Oh,
Honestly.
shit.
Oh, I'm so excited to get into this because I want to see what our memories are because I have the same memory on my side thinking I was the asshole.
Oh, I thought I was the asshole.
But this is what's exciting about the pod is now we can find out what actually
and we can
happened.
really dig into this. So let's start from the beginning.
I was gonna say, but we were also like 16, so it's so funny to think about like high school relationships because I was like, this is high school girlfriend episode, and then I was thinking about it, I'm like, we probably only dated for like 5 months.
No, actually, we like
Which was like the longest relationship of my life.
Hold on, though. This is where it starts.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Obviously, MySpace.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's where it all began.
Do you remember when I messaged that girl who was special needs and told her
And
that
older.
you liked her?
This is
liked her?
Wait, this is coming back to me now.
Andrea was her name.
Yeah, was she just like she was commenting on my stuff?
She was obsessed with you, so I just messaged her and I was like, Brendan really has a crush on you.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is flooding back to me now.
And then told him, I was like, you're going to be so happy
Yeah.
he's about to contact you.
Yeah.
He's like, please tell me you didn't.
Yeah.
This comes on my memories all the time.
Is she still around? She's still
kicking?
She's still available?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
But wait, you said she had special. What was
Well,
wrong with,
I think most likely.
I think she was autistic, maybe.
Yeah, which we did not know back then.
We didn't.
No.
Everyone was just undiagnosed, roaming the halls.
It's not a thing, you know.
Roaming the halls of Gloucester Catholic.
That was not a thing back then.
Yeah, that wasn't.
But we were big on the MySpace. I was thinking about this too. That was probably the main method of our communication back in the high school relationship was MySpace, and then I think it did graduate to Facebook for us for a little while.
Yep.
So you guys didn't start on AIM, instant messaging?
Well, there was probably some AIM on there.
The same.
This may have been right when Facebook Messenger was starting to pop off, or maybe...
Yeah, because Facebook wasn't really that big, really, until like college.
Yeah, because it started out as a college thing. The only people I knew were older cousins that were on Facebook, and I looked at it as like, oh, it's like it was like LinkedIn, what LinkedIn is now. I'm like, that's not where all that. It's like a networking thing.
So I'll still have some Facebook memories that pop up from us, and it's us having, and this is the way we communicate back then, full-blown conversations as if we were texting on a Facebook wall. Like that's what and you're like delete.
I could really just pull up
it up. Let's scroll back.
I could pull up one of my old profile pictures, and it's just Brendan and I going back and forth roasting each other.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to read this. I gotta see what the roasts were like.
This at all.
Damn.
I do, because I get reminded.
She gets reminded
once every 10 years.
That's fantastic.
Basically.
What was your MySpace profile song? That's the one thing I miss about MySpace.
I think
something from the Pussycat Dolls.
Nice.
Would you have
I don't know if I could say mine because I think it may have had the N word in it. Like it was a rap song.
Lady Gaga?
No. I don't know if Lady Gaga was hitting it back then.
All right, I got it.
Oh, you got it?
God.
So I posted a picture of me tailgating at the Phillies game.
Okay,
yeah.
Nice.
And I made the caption, "I'm annoying." Brendan said, "True."
Wait, it said I'm what?
Annoying.
I'm annoying, and you said true. Nice.
I said, "Play with fire." This is 15 years ago. He said, "Join the circus."
What the fuck did you mean by that?
Jumped up a level. I don't even know. That was not me. That was somebody ghostwriting.
Do you want the receipts?
No.
You're gonna have to airdrop them to me, and I'll put them in the video here so we can see it.
Yeah,
we'll do
That's
I
that.
gotcha.
great. Does it continue from there?
No, you.
Okay.
She ignored you.
I gave up.
Yeah. After join the circus, where do you really go from there?
It's like, you know what? That doesn't sound bad.
But that does sound like our relationship. It was a lot of goofing off like that.
Turns
just
out
fun stuff.
Turns out you joined the circus for 5 months.
And Amanda's like, I remember myself being the asshole of this situation. As she pulls up a receipt of, you'd be like, "You told me to join the circus?"
No, listen, because I remember it was XTU.
That was a big event for us.
Big
back
teenage
in high
drinking.
school.
Yeah, I've been there a couple times.
XTU, and it was with someone, and you were blowing me up, and I just straight up ignored you. And you called me upset, and I was just like,
You called her?
Well, so I was telling Dan about this. I think another big problem in our relationship that may have been the downfall. I rarely had. Well, there was. Once I got diabetes, Amanda was like, "I can't be seen with this guy."
No, I can't.
That is disgusting. It was type 2 back then.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking about this. I rarely had a way to communicate with you because
your phone was always broke.
I never had a cell phone. Really,
That's what he told you. That's the first lie we just uncovered. He told you his phone was broken. He never had a phone.
He would put on my wall, my Facebook wall, and be like, "My phone's broke, but happy Easter."
Yeah. So like there would be like weeks at a time where Amanda would be like, "Dude, like I haven't heard from you. Like, are we even dating anymore?" Because I always had like burner phones. Like I never could afford a cell phone, so it'd be like these burner phones, or it'd be broken, or I had like Metro PCS, so the service was terrible.
Metro PCS.
Yeah.
Flashbacks.
So I could never really communicate with you, and I was thinking about that. I'm like, man, that must have been really hard to operate a relationship because we could and I didn't have a car. I didn't have a car, so it's not like I could like go to see you.
You go over to your house, he's got the Huffy with the pegs on the back, and you just stand on top.
Your parents are like, "This guy's a fucking loser, dude."
Damn. So pull up the receipts of when he wrote on your Facebook wall that said, "Call me, beat me if you want to reach me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's somewhere. I know he dropped that line somewhere. But yeah, damn. So how can you possibly survive a high school relationship with no cellular telephone?
It was tough.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Was he writing
Yeah.
it? How about
That was a big problem, I
Yeah.
remember.
You guys
Wait,
didn't
so
go
what
to-
happened at XTU again? Can we circle back to that?
Circle back and push back on
So
that.
we're at XTU. I'm blowing you up.
No. You weren't with me.
Right.
And
I was concerned for some reason.
you thought I was cheating on you.
Now, what led him to believe such a thing?
All right. Why did I think that?
Because she was.
No, I wasn't.
We don't need to say any names of people.
I
Right.
wasn't.
Just to clear the record. Look, it's been a long time. You could let it fly if you were.
I was not.
She was very
was
much.
not.
She was interested in Sean Donegan.
This would be funny if Amanda came in on the pod just like fucking Joaquin Phoenix in the Joker and just had a gun and shot me in the fucking face.
I would post the clip.
I wasn't.
Right.
But I went back to someone's house and I vividly remember being in the pool and you calling me and being like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I was breaking down.
Holy shit! You didn't get invited to the pool party, and you're back.
Yeah. Well, in my defense, as we're going over the story, you're in another guy's pool. You're hanging out.
Yeah.
My mind's going crazy.
Yeah.
That would make sense for a teenager.
Right.
I've been there. I would lose my fucking
So
shit.
I got to come to young Brendan's side on that scenario, I think.
Okay, well, young Brendan, he had nothing to worry about, but it was
Right.
driving me crazy because you wouldn't stop calling me.
Yeah.
So he answered the phone. He was calling the guy's house line. His mom's answering.
Probably.
Where's Amanda?
Yeah.
911.
Yeah.
Right.
They're on line 3.
Yeah. Send him over there. Yeah.
Look, I must have just been an insecure little guy, you know?
I think that's what it was. I think that's what it
Are we
was.
all going to cry together?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is going to be a real therapy session.
Were you taller than him at any point in high school?
No.
Oh,
No, yeah, we were probably about the same size as we
same
are
size.
now.
Did you guys make it to at least get to a dance together? Little homecoming.
Oh, funny.
Ooh, here we go.
Dan's really hitting some good questions here because he does not know
Yeah.
where he's going.
I have no idea.
Brendan was supposed to come to my prom.
Junior prom.
Junior prom at Gloucester Catholic?
And he was sick.
Was I sick? Is that why I couldn't go?
That's what you told me.
Well, I must have been sick. But I'm also just thinking because I didn't make it to my own junior prom at my school either because I was sick. But I really was. I'm trying to remember. I think I had like strep throat or something.
Yeah,
Holy
you made
shit.
up some excuse.
Maybe they were the same weekend, and so I missed both proms.
Holy
They were.
shit. You guys like coordinate colors and everything?
We did,
think-
but then I couldn't go.
Yeah,
I couldn't go because I.
fortunately, I had one of my close guy friends who didn't have a date because he broke up with his girlfriend. So
Okay.
I did have a date,
You did have a date.
but it was supposed to be him. And when you're dating someone from a different school,
yeah.
now I look like a liar. They're like, "Oh, your boyfriend goes to a different school."
It was the classic. Oh yeah, he goes to a different school.
I'm like, I swear to God.
I swear to God, they're like, call him right now. You're like, it's kind of tough to get a hold of him. I haven't heard from
He
him
doesn't
in
have
3
a phone,
weeks.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a phone. This
Yeah.
guy's really kind of running around.
Your story wasn't added up to any of your friends. They were like, you're full of shit. This guy
Right.
doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So now, if you guys went to different schools, how did you meet? Like a roller skating rink, a Wawa, where was it?
A party.
Party.
There was a lot of mutual parties between like our rival schools.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
a lot of your friend group would hang out with my friend group. Actually, a lot of the girls that I hung out with in high school were Gloucester Catholic girls.
Well, you're also part of the reason why I found my college roommate.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah. She,
Okay.
our friend from Paul 6 wound up going to LaSalle with you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
So we always kind of intermingled parties back in the day. We were big.
Nice.
Gloucester Catholic and Paul 6 were pretty big.
And
party.
Williamstown.
Williamstown. Yeah.
Williamstown.
But the Williamstown
Yeah.
kids, a lot of them just went to Paul 6.
True.
Yeah.
They let kids from Williamstown into Paul VI.
They did, which is like a fucking hour away, which is kind of crazy to think about. But anyways, yeah, we were big partiers in high school. I feel like we had a grade where there was a lot of kids with parents who kind of didn't really give a shit about them. So like there was always somebody available to throw a party.
Nice. Nice.
So it was
Yep.
pretty, like we really got after it at parties in high school. It was like every weekend.
Every weekend. But the one thing that clicks back into my head, the one time we didn't have a party and we played Candyland.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Was that at your
It's
house?
not an innuendo.
We were
Yeah.
playing
Yeah, just would play a classic board game.
classic
Yeah.
board game. Were you guys drinking alcoholic beverages at this time?
No.
Yeah, we might have just been adorable.
When
fucking
Brendan-
losers playing Candyland.
Brendan was so stupid
Yeah.
at it that it
Nothing's
made it
changed.
so much
How
funnier.
could you fuck up
I
Candyland?
don't know.
Because he'd make these stupid little jokes about and
Yeah.
every time he'd meet a
Damn.
character.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Damn, he was just firing out crowd work. He's like, so what do you do for work?
16 years later.
Oh, it all comes full circle, huh?
Yeah.
Now you're just on there doing your little skits on the internet.
What percentage of you is now down this
Standing
basement
on a stage.
where you're like, I dodged a goddamn bullet here. Look at this. Down the basement.
Yeah. It all is very true with the MySpace thing, though, because that's how I had a lot of friends that knew people, and I'd be like, oh, who's that girl you're friends with on MySpace? Then you add her, and then she's like, who are you? And then you start messaging. It's like the original Tinder,
Yeah.
you know? And then it just got a little, I put her in the top 8, never met her before, I had my ways.
A lot of top 8 scandals back then.
Yeah, what point did you remove
That's probably
Brendan?
how we broke up. Amanda probably just moved me out of her top 8. I was like, I think it's serious, you guys.
No, I would have put it like you were 1 and then I'd put you at 8. I wouldn't remove you from it.
You would slowly move me down the ladder.
Right. But it is funny that you mentioned that, Dan,
Yeah.
because currently at TikTok,
Yeah.
I thrive on being the funniest in the comments.
Yes, I love leaving some comments.
And I've gotten so many messages.
On TikTok?
Yeah.
So you're just trolling TikTok?
No. I'm nice and I make jokes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And people are like, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But now I'm getting messages from so many men.
Mhm.
What do you think? They're Indian. But they're
Yeah.
offering me money.
They're big on the TikTok community.
Damn.
They're offering me money. And I had one guy say
Oh, you should take the money.
the other day,
I would.
he messaged me and said, $5,000, I pay your rent
Really? You're
and
like,
shopping.
wow.
So I
he
just
thinks
sent
rent's
it.
$5,000.
Dig it. And
Yeah.
shopping. I just responded back, send it
Yeah.
as a meme.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
they're saying this because they're like, this is the funniest comment I've ever read. Let me toss $5,000 your way. Because I've been posting content for quite a bit now. Nobody has offered me any money.
Do you want me to comment on
Yeah,
your videos
you could
so
be
it
my
gets more
ghostwriter.
traction?
Yeah, she could. Yeah, no, he's just coming in and helping out. Perfect.
I might need it.
So, where'd you go shopping? What'd you do with the 5,000?
I didn't get it yet.
You didn't
Right.
fucking. It's still coming.
I wasn't going to
He goes to another school.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a phone. He has Metro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's over in India. Yeah, he just got on MySpace. Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah. Now, you always had a comedic, interest, I feel like you never wound up doing stand-up comedy, but I wouldn't be surprised if you wound up getting into stand-up.
Oh my God.
Right?
Oh my God, here we
I feel
go.
like you were always into
That's the nicest
into-
thing you've ever said to me.
into comedy.
That's way better than join the circus.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was a little rough. I don't
Not
even know what
better.
the fuck that means, but you were always into comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Have you ever thought about it?
Not personally.
Not
I've thought
personally.
about. I've been told to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
By Indian men online.
well, and my closest friends,
From other
which
schools.
honestly feels like an insult because what do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm funny.
Yeah. They're like, you know what? You're not going to believe this. I actually think you're funny.
Like
Yeah.
you're a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's
I was
essential.
like,
That's how it starts. That's how it all begins.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never got the itch to get on stage though, and just
No,
throw
you
stuff
have
out
you
there.
have standards for yourself.
I had butterflies coming into your basement.
Well,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
This is more nerve-wracking than any time I've ever been on stage, I think.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I mean, we haven't seen each other in a long time. No, not really, because we've stayed in touch. But definitely was like, this is going to be fun, funny, a little awkward, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No, I don't feel awkward.
Well,
Nice. I think Brendan's the only one feeling that here. Yeah. I'm getting going. Nice.
yeah.
So it all ended at the pool party. Really, that was really the
Well, yeah.
thing over the moon. But you ditched her for on prom night.
There wasn't really many other big scandals that I can remember, though. It was
No.
maybe just me being insecure, blowing you up when I had the chance.
Yeah,
Right.
when you had the chance, you had the right house number to call.
But yeah, it must have
yeah.
only been like 5 or 6 months,
Probably.
which is
it
like
was
half a school year.
I vividly remember posting videos of myself on your page.
Yeah, because that's
That was
what,
embarrassing.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
Vi-
webcam video,
Right.
like
Like the hey.
a lot of video chats back then.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
webcams were like news. That That was like the original FaceTime. We thought it was like unbelievable.
Right.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do it back, so it would just be me posting,
Yeah.
being like, "Hi."
Yeah.
You send the video and he just writes
He'd-
back. He's like,
no,
nice.
yeah, he'd comment and be like, "LOL."
Man, a man of many words. He really knew how to
Yeah.
really set things up. And that was right around the time that ChatRoulette and Omegle were coming out. So, I mean, I was living on there all the time.
ChatRoulette.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
The amount of
God.
Indian men I conversed with on ChatRoulette, I hope they're doing
Yeah,
well.
Dan's probably been duped a few times on that.
I have been, yeah. I've sent money to people. Yeah,
Yeah, he's sent a couple of hog shots, I'm sure,
about
too.
to cosplay as an Indian man. That guy's-
Yeah, we can get it going. Hello, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
Careful, Dan, with the accent.
Yeah. And Brendan's always got to be careful. Yeah.
Dan, he lets it a little loose sometimes.
Yeah.
You gotta rein him back in.
reel it in.
Yeah, I get it.
There was a time, one of my girlfriends, she accidentally printed out our ChatRoulette conversation to my family computer.
Ooh.
We were in my bedroom. She sent it to the printer. We had no idea till we woke up the next day.
Oh,
And my parents were both,
devastating.
what is this?
They put it in front of you.
First of all, it was 2 Duke graduates, men.
Ooh.
You think back at sometimes the amount of like underage scandals that we didn't even realize like were happening back then. It's like dudes that were messaging.
They're from Duke.
Yeah, high school,
Yeah.
young high school girls.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. So
Man is like, I could have got a full ride.
Guys, it's about to be rich.
This is Duke lacrosse, man. This is
yeah,
a good
yeah, they
reputation.
play lacrosse. What did the messages say? Did you get grounded? Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Yeah, you don't think
Keep it
so?
PG.
Right,
Oh
of
no,
course.
no. This is an NC-17 podcast.
Not safe for work.
Yeah.
No, it was mainly my friend
Yeah.
It's always the friend.
talking
I swear to God, it wasn't me, Mom.
talking about showing her
Oh yeah,
lady
yeah.
parts,
Yeah.
and that was printed out, and that's what my parents woke up to.
Damn.
Flashing boobs.
Mhm.
Jeez.
I love how you're like, I'm not going to say the word boobs, but yeah, there might have been a mention.
Yeah.
ChatRoulette was dangerous.
I mean, yeah, it was, totally so
It was
dangerous.
insane. The amount of creepy guys like me that were on there that were just like, let's see those flesh balloons. And it just
Yeah.
went off the rails from there. And it was crazy because you're just webcam with random people. And who knows what the fuck is, or if it's even real. Now it's like,
Yeah, it was the Wild Wild West back then.
it was. Yeah.
Now you have. I've seen so many videos of AI cats working at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank
Is
God we-
anything real?
No.
Yeah.
At least we didn't have to question ourselves. We weren't questioning ourselves back then about it, at least.
No.
No, because I would you get into AIM chat rooms with people. I would actually pose as a like 27-year-old lesbian in chat rooms on AIM, talking to who I thought were lesbians on the other end. It was probably grown men.
What was your interest in?
Yeah, quick question, why?
adult lesbians?
Well, because it's like, oh, we can talk to other lesbians, and then they think they're talking to a girl.
No, I know what you were trying to do, but why were you trying? Like,
because I couldn't do anything as a teenage boy. So I
But
was like,
what was the end goal?
yeah, like why
Oh,
were you
like-
so interested in talking with lesbians?
oh, so that they could send pictures.
But
It's just-
why not straight girl? Why do you just pretend to be an adult man talking to a straight woman?
yeah, you know,
You're like, it'll be. I'll fast track this thing. I'll go straight woman to woman. Like, I don't understand how that would fast track it by trying to communicate and pretending to be a lesbian. Like, why would that be? Are lesbians
They're-
looser with the news?
yeah, their guards were let down. My screen name was XX Horny Leslie XX. And-
Still is. That's actually his email.
yeah,
too.
actually, it's at gmail.com. And we, that's the way we were getting pictures. But I didn't realize till after. I was like, oh, they probably were doing the same thing on the other end of their
I
screen. name.
highly doubt
I
it.
don't think so.
Oh, so if I was talking to real lesbians, I'm kind of proud of myself.
I have been hit on by lesbians. I can assure you they would not do that.
What is a lesbian that's hitting? Well, what's
They're
their-
out chopping wood somewhere.
yeah,
Basically.
yeah, just wearing flannel and they're going
Yeah,
for
they
it.
got
They're-
rugby games to
it's
go to.
very much like
business.
you have to give a look. Like
Oh, it's a look.
they give me the look.
What's the
Oh,
look?
It's like
Just like eyebrows.
Yeah, like
Oh,
that.
It's all in the brows.
It's all in the brows because you've
Okay.
been hit
Yeah.
on by gay men yourself.
Yeah, but gay men are very direct about it. They're like, "Hello, I would like to fuck you." So you're like, well,
can confirm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Gay
One of my
guys are-
closest friends is gay.
But
Yes.
well, there some gay guys are pretty aggressive. Where you go like, "Hey, sir, no, thank you. They're like totally,
Why
totally
do you make it go that far?
I curtsy. But other gay guys will not take no for an answer.
No, they certainly won't
Yeah.
because there's the thing about trying to flip a straight guy.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have
That's
something.
Also, essentially, it rhymes with grape.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, it's definitely sketchy. I'll say that.
Yeah. Is it the same thing with the lesbian community? Are they trying to flip a straight girl?
Well, I don't
Yes.
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like
What do you mean? I just told you I got hit
Well,
on.
you get hit on, but
Yeah,
like, do
but
you just like
I
not
feel-
interested?
Yeah.
Brendan plays into it when the gay guys hit
Yeah.
on him
I
a
feel
little
like
bit.
the
No,
stakes
I don't
aren't
feel
as
it.
high with the the lesbians are pretty strong, so it's like that could get dangerous.
Right.
So are
Yeah.
gay guys. Gay guys are always ripped
Every
in
gay
good
guy's
shape.
fucking ripped or wearing skin tight shirts. That look,
But
yeah.
there is something about my face where they go, I can convince this guy.
yeah, yeah,
That's all. I think that's why it happens.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
they go, he could be persuaded.
yeah.
I mean, if you have a gay convincing face, maybe lean into it.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, say less, brother. Yeah, we're
all right. I'm officially out of the closet.
yeah. Yeah, we thought it happened a long time ago. It happened right here. This is what we uncovered.
Speaking of, it just kind of reminded me, the gays, theater, musicals.
Yeah.
Did you see that Luigi, the
Mangione.
yeah,
Yeah.
the CEO? There's a musical coming out.
A Luigi musical.
Get the fuck out. Is that for real?
Yes,
Where
it's
did you
gonna
see
be
that?
in California.
Oh my
no
gosh.
way.
Yep,
That's gonna be a best-selling hit, dude.
tickets are already sold out.
Oh my
That's gonna be. I'm not into musicals. I would buy front row seats to that if I could.
Yup,
No
Yeah.
way.
It's featuring him, his cellmate.
They don't even know what the end result is yet. Like the guy's still in trial, isn't he?
Are they gonna make up the story or something?
Maybe.
Interesting.
Whoa.
I
okay.
just saw that there was going to be a musical.
Hollywood capitalizes on they see a hot guy and they go, we can make a
Well,
story
that's
out
the
of this.
thing. He got hotter in prison.
He's a hot guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's a guy that I would give the brows to if I was in prison.
He's got
Yeah.
some great brows. I
He
mean,
does.
He's
He
got
does.
He's got some good brows.
Thick ones.
Dude was ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah, people went crazy over Luigi.
Yeah. I haven't
Yeah.
heard much about. I didn't even hear about the musical.
That's insane.
it's,
wild.
it's recent as of like 2 weeks ago.
Oh shit!
How
They sold it
insensitive
out.
to the CEO of healthcare's family. Like friends are like, hey, we got some tickets to see some play tonight. They're like, sure, I'll join. And it's about Luigi Mangione. How fucked up is
They
that?
think it's like Lion King.
Yeah, they're like,
or
I thought this was
Aladdin.
Hamilton. Like, it's a little bit of a spin on Hamilton.
Yeah. They're gonna reboot Wicked again, and they're gonna have
Wow.
that would be
Only
incredible.
California would be like, this is totally
This is our guy.
acceptable.
We are so unserious.
Yeah.
Though, just
Yeah, yeah,
A musical?
culture.
yeah, everything. Yeah,
Make a musical
Yeah.
out of someone who killed
the
a healthcare
CEO.
CEO.
Very fresh too. It was how many months ago? Like less than a year
Less
ago.
than a
at
year
this
Less
ago,
than a
point.
right?
year.
Yeah.
Jesus, what a time to be
So
alive.
like West Side Story is over. We're doing Luigi
yeah.
Mangione.
Fuck the Netflix docu-series. We're going straight to Broadway.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet.
Luigi could play himself if he gets out somehow, dude.
He-
I could see him being in a Broadway play of himself.
Do you know him personally?
No, I'm just his
We
look.
invited him on the podcast.
He looks like
but-
he would be in Broadway. He's like a good-looking guy. He's skinny.
Can he sing?
I don't know, but he can shoot.
Let's.
He can sing. He can shoot. He can steal.
What a
Yeah,
sh-
come on.
He can do it all. He can do it
Brendan
all.
will not be the hiring manager of this
Right.
play.
I will not be casting this. That
Was,
is crazy.
Did Brendan dabble in the theatrical arts in high school at all? Do you know of him being in anything like that?
No.
Didn't do any high school plays, high school music?
No, I was interested, but I was way too afraid to do that and be made
Yeah.
fun of.
Yeah.
I never would have even considered it.
No one would have made fun of him.
I know,
Just
but you
scared.
think that in high school, you're like, but yeah, nobody would have cared. They would be like, "Get do your thing." Like,
Yeah,
nobody
actually.
cares. It was all on myself.
Jeez.
But didn't you feel that way about anything in high school? You're like, everyone's gonna fucking make fun of me. But then you're like looking back, you're like, nobody would have cared.
yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I
Well-
I did the same thing with mine. That's the same thing that was going through my head throughout all of that because I just stuck to the sports. You probably did the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I never actually, I was going to say I never stood up a girl at prom. I did that as well one time.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's be clear. He did not stand me
Right.
up.
No, I for sure was sick. If that's what I said, I definitely did not lie.
Sounds like
about
a
that.
last minute excuse.
You know who came? That's who I was thinking of. I don't want to say names.
What? Who came to prom with you?
I'll beep,
No,
I can beep
not
it
with
out.
me, but with one of my friends. Bigger guy. Played football.
From my school?
Yeah.
Oh, I do know. Yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't care, but I guess we'll
He
keep it
was
out just in case.
He was so funny.
You probably fell in love with him that night. He's so charismatic.
Low-key.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, he's a huge catch.
Yeah.
And he was like a giant like football stud.
Oh,
And he was
okay.
very, very funny. He's got I mean, this will give it away, but his whole like aura was like Kevin James. He's like very funny.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't do anything about that.
Nailed it.
Damn. So that's what did it, dude. If you went to that prom, I mean, Jesus.
Well, I was making mistakes left and right. I didn't go to prom, which is your first junior prom. That's a huge thing to be like, by the way.
My first, are there multiple junior proms?
Well,
yeah.
no, but your junior prom is senior prom. Your
prom.
first prom is the junior year.
Right.
So I didn't go to that. Was not really communicating much. Yeah, when I did find a phone, I would have to like find friends' phones to text you. Like, who the fuck are you, man?
You're just getting texts from random numbers all the time?
Yeah.
It's like, who the fuck is this texting me?
What else do we remember of this?
Yeah, I mean, we got to the starting point, and was it just like 5 months of just next to no communication? You're like, I guess this isn't really a thing.
Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot of substance, I suppose.
No.
That in high school, it's like how deep could a relationship really be?
Yeah.
True. I remember meeting your dog and you showing me your attic room.
Yeah, well, that was just my regular room, but my parents put it in the attic. Your attic room. Yeah, he had one of those basement rooms. He had one of those shed bedrooms.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just my room.
Damn.
Oh,
So
yeah.
your parents let you bring like girlfriends into your room as a kid?
I will say Amanda was probably the only girl that ever stepped foot in my parents' house, which was probably
respectful.
yeah, probably only one time. Like
Damn.
I don't.
Two.
Yeah, 2 times.
2 times.
But I was definitely afraid for some reason to bring girls to my parents' house, which I don't know
Parents were
why.
Lovely.
Yeah, they wouldn't have cared at all. But Amanda being a serious relationship, I said twice she could see the attic.
She could see the attic room.
It's a pretty sweet room though. I had posters up there.
I can vividly picture it.
It was pretty cool.
Like the shape of the ceiling.
Yeah, it was
I
real
can still
low
see it.
because it was an
Yeah.
attic.
Yeah.
You could barely fit up there. Shared it with my brother.
Holy shit. That's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
incredible.
Well, so growing up, we didn't. That attic was unfinished. So me, my brother, and my sister all shared one bedroom with bunk beds. So me and my brother shared a bed until like the fucking 5th grade, and then my dad got the attic redone, and then me and my brother basically had like a fort up there, which was pretty fucking.
That's
sick.
pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Damn. It was always awkward anytime you had to bring, like, at that time, like, you wouldn't say outright that you guys were, like, dating. But if I would bring, like, a new girl over my parents didn't know, she'd be like, oh, it's just my friend. We're, like, talking. It's
Yeah.
always, we're talking.
That was kind of like just the
This is
age
the
where
thing.
you like weren't necessarily embarrassed to be like I have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, but it was close.
Yeah.
Like maybe like the year prior, you'd be like I don't have a fucking girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I could never, I always hated feeling awkward about doing that because my parents would want to make a big fucking thing out of it. Like, let's go out to dinner together. We want to get to know everybody. I was like, listen, there might be like a different person every other fucking month. This person probably fucking hates me already. I have no idea. So it was always awkward because it's like the whole introduction and then
Totally.
you might not see them ever again.
And
I
you're
have no
so
fucking
embarrassed
idea.
of your parents for some reason back then. Even though like
Yeah, when you're in high school, it is embarrassing, especially because if you're talking to someone, it doesn't work out 5 months later,
right.
and there's someone new.
Yeah.
Now, at
gotta
least for
reintroduce
me,
them.
my parents are like,
Like, what are
Right.
you doing?
gross.
I remember we got caught drinking, throwing a couple parties at your house, right? By your parents, maybe. Like not a
Yeah.
party, but like having some people over and we were drinking alcohol,
Playing Candyland.
playing Candyland, probably.
Different.
Although
Different.
I feel like your parents were
I don't
also at the same
know.
time pretty chill with being like, do whatever the fuck you guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They still are.
They had
always
it.
have
Okay,
been.
we're in our 30s. I would hope that they,
Yeah, but they're also in their 70s.
Right.
So
They're still getting after it. You
Yeah.
guys had a sweet fucking pool. I remember that.
still have it.
Still got it.
Damn. Sounds like we could have a party over there if your parents are still cool with it.
Yes,
I
we
mean,
should.
we'll
Dude,
be
that
right over
pool-
there.
No, my parents
In ground.
in ground.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
that's a
was
big
over
difference.
there for my dad's birthday and then Mother's Day, so been going back and forth.
Yeah.
every time my parents, I could be telling them I am so depressed. My dad and my mom are like, "Do you want to take gummies?"
Yeah.
Like,
You're like, this is serious.
are you listening?
And you're like, yeah, I'll take a gummy.
Anything
But
But the two of them, I don't do
Yeah.
gummies. Take a gummy. Suddenly my mom, man, can you go make me something? I made her fried pickles,
wow.
waffles.
Yeah, I do remember them popping
Shit.
off. Like, they really got after it.
Still do.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
You had a cool mom, not a regular mom.
Not a regular mom.
They were pretty cool.
Damn, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That was the only way you could really skirt around that, though, is if you have a bunch of people over, they wouldn't know what to make of it. I could get around the whole introduction to everybody type of thing. You know, because I had a basement growing up. You guys had the pool parties and everything. We just
Yeah.
had above ground pools and fucking basements. That's all it was.
Yeah.
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 We've seen a couple above grounds, but yeah, if you had an in ground, you weren't leaving, dude.
No, you
I think it
weren't.
was sweet.
Yeah, but
Yep.
getting caught drinking though, that's always.
Yeah, I feel like I remember that a couple times. Like maybe we had like a couple people over, and you were like, "My parents they're not going to be back for like a couple hours." They were back within like 30 minutes,
Wait.
and we got in trouble.
it's like Aaron Carter's house party, right?
Yeah.
What was it? Whatever Aaron's party, that song. Yeah,
I know it. I know it. I know that.
If you give me the beat, we'd be able to go. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was Aaron Carter was the shit back then. He played that at a house party. But
Yeah, he's
R.I.P.
dripped out now.
yeah. Actually, he's dead now.
Oh,
Yeah. Rest in peace. He's dead. Yeah.
R.I.P. in peace.
R.I.P. Yeah.
Aaron.
Yeah. Amanda Bynes is still kicking though. That was our. I don't know about Brendan. Amanda Bynes was. That's all I was watching on TV.
Yeah.
do you know how many times I got that?
Well, because
You gave it to me
what?
for sure.
What'd you give to her?
Well, Amanda Bynes in what? Saying you were like Amanda Bynes?
Oh, yeah,
No, the Amanda.
Amanda.
Oh, the Amanda show. Yeah.
Well, that was big back then, and she was really funny.
No, she's
She-
not.
Well, yeah, but this was 15 years ago.
She was really funny.
She was killing it back then. She probably still had like a sitcom.
Was
Yeah.
she funny or was it Dan Snyder?
Well,
Yeah.
Dan Snyder wasn't so funny, turns out. Turns out he was a little creepy.
Yeah. You just like some
Right.
feet.
Watch
Yeah.
the documentary. Yeah, what a fucking trip that was,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. So you got the Amanda Bynes name, but you kind of look like Miranda Cosgrove. A little bit.
Well, she's the only one who made it out.
Yeah, she
would
made it.
take
She's
that as a
doing
huge
great.
compliment.
She's doing great.
She cringes me.
Really?
Why?
Which question do I answer?
Oh,
first?
sorry.
Just why? I don't know. Yeah.
If you see the videos that she has put out and even like the interviews that she does,
She's
No.
like, it's like it comes off as
it makes my
inauthentic.
toes curl.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like the one, you know, it comes to mind especially. What's your favorite curse word? Probably fuck.
You're like, spice it up a little bit, Miranda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make it something crazy.
Right.
Something
Yeah, you
crazy.
worked for Nickelodeon, dude. I'm sure you've seen some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like
Right.
made her toes
So that's
curl.
an
Yeah.
insult. Thank you.
Hey, no, I haven't been told I look like Miranda Cosgrove, but I would
No,
definitely.
you
take
look
that
more
on.
like Dan Schneider.
Yeah, I'm the Dan Snyder of the group. Like, so what are we doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Amanda Bynes and the look, get over here. No, we can't have the dog coming in the podcast. She just wants to be all a part of everything.
And I remember your dog, which was a beagle, right?
Oh,
R.I.P.
Smart Beagle. Lily, come here.
What was the name again? I'll know it. Is some with an S? No.
That's the cat.
Okay, I don't remember the
You're
cat.
striking out.
The beagle's name was.
Gizmo.
What's it start with?
B.
Oh man.
Oh, better get it.
Oh wait. Some with a B.
Oh,
Was it fuck. What was it?
Bailey.
Bailey. I was gonna say that. Bailey, Barnabas, Barnacle.
What?
Barnabas Barnacle.
Swimmy, Swami,
Okay,
Samsonite.
so you said S. What's the cat? What was the cat's name?
Stinky.
It was a gray cat.
Smoky. Yeah.
Big
Smokey
Big
got the
Smoke.
cat in. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you guys ever go out anywhere together? Little like high school dates? Go to the mall?
I don't know if we ever went out once.
think we
Well, maybe we
did.
went to like Applebee's once.
Maybe.
Maybe like
Wing night Wednesday.
Phillies game.
Oh,
Remember
we
going
went
to a
to
Phillies
Phillies
game?
game.
It was primarily
When
a
my
tailgate.
camera broke.
Yeah.
And remember we hid alcohol in a bush?
Yes. Yep.
You
And
hid
then we
out-
came out of the game and it was not there anymore.
Oh, you hid
Yes.
it outside of the Philly stadium.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
couldn't get
Oh,
in
shit.
with it, so we'd hide it in a bush and then we'd tailgate, hide it in a bush, go into the game for a little bit, come back out, but then somebody fucking took alcohol right out the bush.
Damn, it's probably a grown adult that took it and just threw back that Smirnoff, whatever you guys were
Ooh,
Yeah,
we
it
were
was
so
definitely-
close.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was definitely like a Smirnoff,
Like a-
Vodka.
yeah,
flavored vodka of
Yep.
sorts, some type
I
of.
think that was it, though.
yeah. We
Yeah.
had a lot of double date situations because of two of our dear friends, which we kind of all met, I guess, around the same time,
Yeah.
and then we would just go to your house and just kind of hang out majority of the time because my buddy would drive me over there.
Wait, what was the video that I went to?
The video.
I'm Getting a flashback of it.
Of like the ones that we would make.
No, it was like almost like a trailer
A video.
kind of house. And I came with our other
Yeah,
friend.
but we were shooting a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was our like original little series we made. It was called Dirty Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
So we had like a little high school sitcom that we were trying to make off of like a MacBook.
I was an extra.
It was called
my
Here I
God.
Am with South Jersey Bad Boys podcast.
Yeah, wow.
I completely forgot about that. Literally, I have no new ideas. I now just have a podcast called South Jersey Bad Boys.
And he only made you an extra. What the fuck? Kinda?
We didn't have
This
women
was-
in it.
This was very new.
It was
Oh.
very new. We were still
That's
figuring out our
weird.
voices. Yes, that was fun though. That was big time.
Apparently
You felt like
I
you were walking the
remember-
red carpet.
Oh, absolutely. It's like,
Yeah.
guys.
I'm part of the Dirty Jersey cast.
Sorry.
Yeah,
that was a big deal.
Yeah, we that was a lot of fun. We used to make these like stupid. Oh my! I hope they're deleted from the internet. But these like
They're not.
they're not.
They on YouTube or
Took it to
something?
I'm
Facebook.
sure you could.
Holy shit!
That's unfortunate.
Digital footprint.
I'm
Yeah,
about to try and
It's
find it right
real.
here.
I doubt you're gonna be able to find it.
Yeah, I probably won't be able to.
It,
We'll see
it's
what
got to
we
be
can-
way back there.
I'll
I'm
be
sure it
able to
still is
find
out there. Yeah, maybe we'll find it.
I'll find it.
Yeah, that was something. That was something. We had a lot of fun doing that. We'd make these little comedy videos.
They were good.
Yeah, to us back then, it was the fun. That is partly the first thing in my brain that made me realize like I want to do comedy, because I remember that was like the most fun I ever had was just me and my friends dicking around trying to make each other laugh, and I was like, what if you can make that your job? And that was the first time I thought about that.
I remember them being funny.
Yeah.
Not even like I have to support him,
Yeah.
but like genuinely.
I gotta
funny.
support his dream. 5 months later, I'm out of here, dude.
So I found Dirty Jersey in a video upload from 17 years ago.
That's probably
No,
Yeah.
this
Could
can't.
be-
This is
yeah.
a song. This is a that's a song. It's got 400,000
Okay.
views. You'd
No,
still
that-
be going.
That is definitely not.
You guys
us.
would still have the crew together.
Yeah.
That
If
was
you search the name I'm thinking of,
guaranteed.
Was
we'll
it
find
something with like
something.
homeless? We had like a big homeless episode. I remember.
Were you guys doing like all planned out skits and stuff?
I'll say it and maybe cut it stretch.
Yeah,
Oh, the stretch.
but he
one
was in all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like the
So
main
if you
guy.
search that, you might be able to.
Oh,
find it.
right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we probably could. That was a lot of fun. Damn. That was a lot of fun.
Let's bring it back.
Bring
Yeah,
it back.
should we bring it back?
You guys should bring it back.
Dirty Jersey. I mean, it's a great title.
Film it right down in here.
We'll
Yeah.
film it right down in here. We'll do season 2.
I
Do a
mean, it's
little
pretty much
reboot.
what Dan and I do. We're shooting sketches for fun.
That's all
You
we do.
thought we were gone.
Yeah,
Wrong.
we are
Yeah.
right back.
We're
dude.
back. The haters said you wouldn't come back.
Yeah.
We're making a comeback. Me and my friends made stupid videos and put it on YouTube and MySpace and shit like that too. Our stuff was like, we love Jackass though, so we would just try and recreate that and do the dumbest, like insane shit possible.
Like what?
We did this one video called Fireball Tennis where we went into an abandoned strip mall and we brought gasoline with tennis balls. And we literally used sidewalk chalk to make like a tennis court in this like strip mall parking lot. and then we doused a tennis ball in gasoline and lit it on fire, and then the guys had to hit it back and forth to each other. There was like a bunch of like random shit in the middle of this parking lot, like some grass or weeds or something, and it all caught on fire. Somehow we like put it out before like cops showed up.
Yeah, so you were teetering on arson.
Yeah, we were teetering on the line.
I would say
of it,
that's
but-
full blown arson.
Yeah, it might have been, now you see there's just arson left and right. There's that fucking kid that got arrested down in Ocean County for doing that.
Yeah.
I mean-
I will say there's something in the male brain in high school that we thought, at least myself, like Jackass was big when we were coming up.
Yeah.
And you thought like, if I do like the craziest shit out, like girls are going to love this. And then,
That's really what it was.
But girls were so much more mature and they'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? But there's something in your brain that's like, I'm going to be like the crazy guy. And they're going to think that this is awesome.
Yeah. We would do
And
that shit all the time.
it was not the case.
Well, you tried.
Yeah.
What did
tried.
you learn from that?
Right.
Yeah, we did that too. We went sledding in bikinis one time. We
But
did
do you
all types of
resonate with
shit.
that at all
Okay,
too?
I
Like
did do that.
You did
Yeah.
do. All right, see, we're on the same wavelength. Yeah.
But that was for the MySpace views.
Yeah.
Right.
That's really all it was for us too.
yeah, just for the views.
Yeah,
You gotta do
yeah.
it for the views.
What were you gonna say?
Do you resonate with that at all? Of like thinking that was going to impress chicks, like doing
That's probably
something
why.
stupid, like at a party or
I
something?
was just very insecure. I needed attention, so I'm like, what could I do that would be stupid that would get somebody's attention? And then the only people I attracted with it were full blown psychos.
Yeah.
So like that's really it.
So-
Relatable.
So now, why do you think? Because all the instances that we've talked about have pretty much been like negative things that I have done. So why would your perception be that you were the asshole of this high school
Yeah.
relationship?
I think because it was the X to you situation when you were calling and I was ignoring you. And then I went over to someone's house.
Right. So
and
did this all foil just from one event like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn, XTU is your downfall.
I love how that's all that broke it. There was just one.
Yeah.
I felt bad and you were very upset. So
So, but
I
didn't you
just-
break up with me?
called it.
Yeah,
I
right.
did.
Yeah, you washed your hands of the situation. You go, this
Yup.
little guy, I gotta fucking shake
And
him.
I said this is too much.
Yeah.
You're too much.
You're hurting him. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
you were thinking? Okay.
Like I feel like a villain. You gotta go.
Right.
Damn. So you felt like that and you felt like that in a way too. What did you think you were doing that made you seem like an asshole?
Well, everything I mentioned, I think I literally like did not act like I even had a girlfriend. There was no communication. I like didn't have a car. I just didn't have my shit together too. I was just
Yep.
young and dumb and naive, dude.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a phone too, but I was a big I love T9 texting. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yup.
Dude, I would do that on my Razor phone and just go back. But I would like text fucking everybody. I dated outside my school district too. I would text like a fucking asshole though. I would never
Oh.
spelled any word correctly. That was
Yeah.
you too?
Those are some of the Facebook memories that will pop up that haunt me the most. Is like how I would spell. Like if I was talking to you, be like, "What up?" Like WUT.
Yep.
Somebody punch his kid in the throat, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
really all that Facebook memories are good for is to
Or
remind
like
you of shit.
LOL TXT me back. BAK.
Yeah. You're like, why even spell that like wrong?
How much time are you saving
By-
by
yeah,
not typing
You're
out the
talking a
extra
second a letter, man. I
letters?
got shit to do. I got people to see. I had no job, so. But I could definitely T9 text like I was fucking Matt Damon in The Departed, dude. Like, you could not even look at your phone back then, and you had that shit dialed in.
I
Yeah.
feel like I still could.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet you
Easy.
we all still got it. We have that muscle
I
memory.
would love to try that. I gotta go get a Nokia flip phone and see T9 text test people.
Brendan will get the burner phone.
Yeah.
Used to it.
He's
That's
always-
right. They can't fucking trace me, dude. Once you think I'm one area, I'm fucking
Yeah.
tossing that in the
You've
trash.
already
I'm-
moved on.
and I'm at a Blink-182 concert, and you have no idea. You can't track me.
Did you guys go to concerts like that back in the day? I wasn't a big concert
Not
goer.
together.
Not together, no.
We lived a lot of our lives separately.
Given that the downfall was at XTU, concerts would probably haunted both of you ever, or at least just you. Brendan
I
doesn't.
didn't
Yeah.
go to I think we went to like Blink-182. Like
We did go to Blink.
yeah, Dave Matthews would always be around. Like at XTU, like
Yeah.
those were like the big three back
Yep.
then. Blink-182, Dave Matthews, XTU.
Yeah.
You have to hit those
I had to.
The one that I did,
if you're anybody.
I was at the Lil Wayne concert in Camden.
I was just gonna say that.
Lil Wayne did that was pretty epic.
Were you at the one where Drake tore his ACL on stage? 'Cause
Yes.
That's the one I was at.
Yes, I
See,
was.
we were both there. I got there. My high school girlfriend brought some of my buddies. Her parents owned a limo company, so we had a limo ride to the Lil Wayne concert.
What?
Yeah.
At Susquehanna-Banks.
Yeah, at the
You showed
tweeter.
up in a fucking limo.
We showed up in a limo. Yeah,
It's
it
the
was
most
pretty
white
sick.
trash shit I have ever.
No, she was loaded. She lives over in Voorhees on School Lane.
I know,
She's
but
got
to
her-
show up
Loaded.
to a limo to a Lil Wayne concert.
Oh yeah, it was trashy as hell.
And
Yeah.
get out in a fucking tank top with a bottle of Bacardi.
Yeah, no, we were like 16, and I didn't drink it until I was in
That doesn't
college.
make it better.
No, but
Like, no, our parents were fucking loaded.
parents were
dude.
fucking loaded. We just showed up, Lil Wayne concert, spent $100 on tickets, and to me, like nowadays, that would be like me spending like $1,000 on tickets to something. $100 as
Oh,
a teenager was like,
that was
holy
big
fuck.
time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was the concert. I remember my cousin was next to me and we were on the lawn. So,
Okay.
Sorry, we spent
Yeah.
$100.
You didn't take a limo there. That's
Not that
Amanda's like, sorry, I wasn't raised by the fucking Rockefellers.
And when he tore his ACL, I had it on video.
Yeah, I did too. I
We're going
remember.
back to MySpace and Facebook. And my cousin screamed, "Oh my God, his leg." Straight out of a
Yeah.
SpongeBob episode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
My leg.
Cut it, right. I cut off the video, but I still think of that every time I hear Drake.
yeah.
It's my cousin screaming.
Yeah.
Did you lose a little respect for him? Like, if Drake is so popular,
Yeah, that was disgusting.
where in the
It
back
gave
of your
me
mind
the
you're
ick.
like, you fucking tore your ACL. Yeah, like it gave you
It
the
gave me
ick.
the ick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What are you doing?
like as soon as he got up there,
This
like,
is your job.
tighten up, dude. You fucking tear your ACL just walking onto the stage.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
And he was straight out of Degrassi, so like we didn't even really know
He wasn't
who
huge at that point.
Right.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
just starting to really come around.
Him and Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was at that concert too, but it was before she was like her own huge star as well.
Yeah, she's been rocking hard.
Yeah, still, I haven't heard from her in quite a bit.
Rap was big too when we were in high school. Like I feel like we
Yeah.
all thought we were like big hip hop heads. We're all
Oh,
from the fucking
Akon?
suburbs. Akon was huge.
Love
Akon and
it.
Young Jeezy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Young what is it?
Jeezy.
Bone.
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There we go. They did a lot of songs with Tupac. I'm a big rap guy myself. I
As
like
you can see.
Tupac.
Tupac. I like Ludacris and Bow Wow. Yeah, all those guys. I think deep. I was the only white kid in my high school, so like I was
Clearly,
always
yeah.
asking guys, what's the newest Lil Wayne song? And,
Yeah, they're like, get out of your fucking. You're
Who
like, I
let
think,
you in?
yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, this guy's selling newspapers, dude.
I was
Like,
like,
how old is this guy?
I was like, you guys like that song Lollipop? So I love that song. Yeah, the Lil Wayne in high school was massive, and now it's just taken such a
he was
large
huge,
turn from
man.
That was
Good
when I was in grade school. I'll never forget. Our entire bus got in trouble for rapping Candy Shop.
Oh shit!
We had no idea.
Right.
Yeah, no,
What are we singing about?
What are you
Yeah.
supposed to do when a sick beat comes on, dude?
yeah. A lot of those songs were just like innuendos of themselves, and you had no idea. And the
That one
parents are-
wasn't even an innuendo. It was
Oh, it was
like,
pretty direct.
That was straight
yeah, it was straight up
up.
like, suck my dick in the candy shop. And like, what does that mean?
Yeah, there was a lot of songs like that, but then there was like when Flo Rida came around, and he had a lot of those were more the innuendo
I
songs.
Right.
forgot about
Flo Rida.
Flo Rida.
Ours,
Um,
yeah, we had hard. It was like, move, bitch, get out the way. To like, and we're all like singing it as kids, like, move, bitch,
Yeah.
get out the quiet on the bus.
And then
Yeah.
you grow up and you're like, wait, this is hateful.
Yeah, you're like, this is a little alarming.
Yeah. Oh, those Ludacris songs. I loved his lyrics. Like this.
Oh,
this
yeah. DMX was like the guy.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Another
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Why are
dude.
we talking about so many?
I don't know. Man, just so much has
Dead
changed
people.
since high school, dude.
So much has changed. It's
Aaron
just a real
Carter,
throwback type of
DMX.
episode here. Yeah.
So we're just old.
I think so. Yeah, I
Just
think
getting
so.
old. This is
Um,
this is what happens. 15 years later, you just start doing a podcast in a basement.
It feels like
Let's talk about the glory days.
it's the glory days of nostalgia of high school. There is something that is
Good
really
point.
like fun to think back, because you rarely get a moment to kind of think back about like the nostalgia of some of those things.
Yeah.
Fucking Lil Wayne, dude. Like I forgot about Lil.
I hope
know.
he's doing well.
I hope he's doing well.
I hope he's doing good, just
Yeah.
like everybody from high school.
I wish him well.
Yeah. Do you guys
Not
have?
everyone from high school.
Not
but-
everybody. No.
Right.
Do you guys have any like cool jobs in high school? I mean, you worked down maybe not high school, but it was college. You were down like at the shore and stuff. But
Yes, that's probably the last time we saw each other. Was down like my summer shore house.
Yeah.
damn,
Um,
the summer shore house and everything.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Yes, it was.
Yeah, I think which would have been that was probably like our freshman year of college or sophomore year or something like that.
Yeah.
So however old you are then, 20. So yeah, like
Probably
12 years
20,
ago.
21.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yep.
we used to all get
I forgot about that house.
Yeah, it's fun times, man. Sometimes you tell certain people like mostly like not from Jersey. I guess Philly people did a lot too. That you'd graduate high school and you would just move down the shore for the entire summer, and people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, that's what we all did
Yep.
in high school.
Yeah, man, that's just what
We'd all get jobs down there. You move into like a 1-bedroom house with 17 guys.
Actually,
Yeah.
like the 1 bedroom is 4 bunk beds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't even
Lily, get it out of here.
like if that was a prison sentence today, they go, you got to move into like this household. You have to drink the amount that we drank every single day for like we drank every single day for 90 days. Like the fact that I didn't die, like being a diabetic, like on top of that, and I'm not joking, like no exaggeration.
Really pressed her luck.
Yeah. And I can't like even fathom how we did that back then. And also how little I understood what alcohol was doing to me. I'm just thinking like, yeah, we just fucking drink every fucking, and not even understanding. I remember like not even understanding that I was blacking out every night. Cause you're like, oh wait, yeah, you don't remember half the night. Like you blacked out, but I was picturing it like a blackout would be like you physically passed out, but not realizing like, dude, you're not like you're wiping your
brain
memory.
is
You're completely
gone.
ruining your brain. You don't remember half the night, every single night of like an entire summer.
Concerning.
And it took me until I was like 25 years old to be like, dude, you can't drink like that. Like,
No.
Yeah.
Is that why you've forgotten most of what happened here?
honestly, probably. I mean, the drinking culture
Essentially.
when we were in high school was huge. It seems
Crazy.
like it's dying
Yeah.
out a little bit, but like when we were in high school, it was like that's all you look to do.
I
Yeah.
think that now in high school they're looking to do more things on social media,
Yeah,
is what it seems like. And they'll do anything for clout.
very true.
Like the
Be-
trends or
Any opportunity to go viral.
yep.
Because now, like, we didn't really see people go viral. Like, the internet was around, but we were just kind of dicking around on there. Like,
Yeah.
nobody was making a career out of it when we were in high school. So
No.
all we were doing is, like, finding
Drinking
alcohol and, like, going to the woods somewhere.
Yep.
Like, we had nothing else to do.
Yeah. See, I didn't even drink in high school. Like, we didn't, like, there would be, like, parties and stuff, but we never drank. I just did a bunch of stupid shit sober.
Yeah.
But then once I got to college is when Four Loko, the OG Four Loko.
Yes. That
Came
really
out.
took a hold of
Stop.
millennials.
So,
there was a year or two where that just absolutely destroyed millennials, dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for me who never drank before, I was like, oh, this shit tastes like candy and crack at the same time. So little old freshman college Dan would throw a few of those back.
Yeah.
And,
A few.
oh yeah, a few. It was insane. We would like shotgun, like, you know, put the key in the side and
Yeah.
shotgun. Yeah.
Oh
and
my
then-
God, shotgun into Four Loko, dude.
Yeah.
That's that's torture.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would give a grown
Yeah.
man a heart attack today.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, yeah. We would
You
both
would
drop
drop
that.
dead if
Yeah,
we did
yeah.
that today.
See, I would do that on a Friday night. I don't even remember Saturdays, and
There
then
you go.
Sunday come back to life, and yeah, that was about it. But you know, that's all we could. I went to school in Bumblefuck, PA, so there was nothing to do but just shotgun Four Locos.
Yeah.
I think you could have found some other
I
things
could have
to
found
do.
something. Yeah, I
No,
could-
Amanda, you would think that.
You
but
would
there's
think.
nothing else we could have possibly done.
there is nothing. Absolutely
Yeah,
nothing.
It was completely out of our hands.
It was either that or go on ChatRoulette, or sometimes both at the same time. Four
Yeah.
Locos on ChatRoulette. That's how things.
You are so stuck on ChatRoulette.
I
I,
know.
it's
So
on my,
concerning,
my computer
actually.
has it open right now. Yeah,
I
just-
believe it.
yeah, it's open over there.
Yeah. It was pretty amazing though, not understanding like alcohol like that though. Like it's really all we fucking did. And I was
Yeah.
dude, like it took me years to understand, like, dude, like first of all, like I don't drink liquor at all anymore. Because I'm like, dude, like it was just one of those things. If I drank liquor, I was like my memory was just gone. And it took me until I was like way too old to be like, dude, you just can never drink that anymore.
Yeah,
No, it's
You
yep.
know?
yeah.
Been there in college.
Yeah.
I had to cut off liquor
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wasn't
The
working.
same way. But it's like the amount. It's just like all you would do back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now kids don't have to drink because you can get just, nicotine and vapes at like gas stations and shit.
Although
or
they
gummies
seem to
or
be a
whatever.
little more health conscious. It seems like they're all like real into working out. The kids these days. And shit.
Yeah, that wasn't the case.
Or
back
they're-
in the
yeah,
day.
Vapes are so huge.
Are
I
they?
have one in my pocket.
Are you?
So let's.
You're so fucking Gen Z, dude.
Oh.
I know. Thank
Betraying
you.
our fucking
Thanks.
generation, dude.
I've never had a vape that wasn't a weed pen. Do you have a weed pen, or you go?
No.
So what is it? Nicotine?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is like? I don't know. I do like the Zyn things every now and then, but is it like that?
Is it comparable?
No, I think it gives me a head high occasionally.
Yeah.
Really?
But
Okay.
I think it's just like a mouth fixation.
Yeah. That's what like a lot of those. Even no matter what type of vape it is, I feel like a lot of people, it's just like
Nice
that-
to have something.
Yeah, like just
Yeah.
how many times, like around COVID, people would say on average how much you touch your face throughout the day, and how that could be a problem. And I find myself having you gotta have the fidget spinners, shit like that.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn kids these fucking days. Tell you what.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Well, we've
saying.
asked a lot of questions. I know that you had an agenda that you came in
I
with.
did.
Yeah. What haven't we touched on yet on
Yeah.
your agenda? Do you got any?
Let's get into
any
it.
good quips to really fire out there?
Oh
Where we at, Brendan? About an hour or something.
We are at just at an hour. Perfect.
Just an hour.
Perfect
All
timing.
right. Okay. So,
Let your
Oh.
goofy flag fly, because I know you probably have some goofy questions.
I
On there.
do.
Yeah.
It's gonna help me springboard with some more.
All right. So, question
Sure.
for y'all.
Yeah.
You both are married.
Yeah.
Uh
I am banned from Hinge.
huh.
Explain.
Out of that, how did you?
She told somebody to go join the fucking circus.
Yeah.
She's like, sorry, it's high school trauma.
I'm banned because I played as a catfish to try and catch one of my friends' ex on there. And I
Between
got
you and him on
reported.
ChatRoulette, you guys need to hop off the internet for a little. You're commenting on
got
Indian dudes'
reported.
posts.
Yeah.
I got reported and they banned me for life. This
Really?
was like a year and a half.
No
ago.
jury, no trial. They go, you're done.
You're done.
Wow.
We
no
found
due
out that-
process.
I'm done.
Right.
So
So
what-
now I'm stuck to Tinder.
Damn. Okay.
There's no other hot apps out there. Like Bumble's not a thing anymore or anything.
Craigslist.
Bumble's annoying. Craigslist might be my next.
yeah. See what you find on there.
So
You're like, I met a cool guy. I helped him move fucking $300 in pennies into
I
his.
am gonna move soon, so maybe you're onto something. Anywho,
Where are you gonna move?
back home. I
Okay.
have to help my parents.
Nice.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Since-
Back to Jers.
Back to church.
We'll get you back. No
Yeah.
matter what. I moved to Philly for a little while and I came crawling back.
Same
Yeah.
here. We all did it.
Yeah.
Dang.
Damn. So wait. You got.
So you're banned from Hinge.
you're
sorry.
banned from Hinge.
Yeah. So on Tinder, it's the only one that I'm allowed to be on, technically.
You're
Yeah.
allowed to be on. That's
Dude, like
fantastic.
Tinder, anybody can.
Getting 19-year-olds.
But can't you set an age thing on there?
I did.
And
They're slipping through the cracks.
really, they're fucking. That's payback for all the catfishes you were doing.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was one time.
Yeah, but now are they posing like they're just saying that they're older and then
They're saying that they're 19. And
oh
it's like, why are you still here?
yeah, then why are they showing up on your thing?
I don't know, Brendan. That's why I'm asking you guys.
Well, how the fuck?
Well,
You started the question with, so you guys are married. I got a Tinder question for you. How the fuck? We've been out of the game for so fucking long.
Because I would assume that there's men who come to you guys like, oh, you made it. What's going on?
Oh no.
No,
You
no.
would think so, but like guys, we just don't really communicate about important stuff like that. Of like, how did you
Yeah.
meet your significant other? But I
Yeah.
could speculate. Well, what are the 19-year-olds saying? Like, what's their line?
The most vulgar things.
Really? Something to just grab your attention?
Basically. And I got into it with a dude the other day. And
Like a fight?
wait,
Ooh, yeah.
wait.
Break it down.
Break
sister.
it down for us. I was gonna say, you are definitely you're fucking with some of these people. Like you're getting in their
Oh,
heads and firing stuff
absolutely.
back. Yeah,
I love a
Absolutely.
good Tinder war though, so this is exciting stuff.
this
Yeah.
is. It's a good part for me to say. I've actually been posing as a 19-year-old on.
Yeah,
online
maybe we
dating.
could try to catfish some people.
see how long we can go before we get banned.
Yeah.
I know there's.
Okay. You should.
Yeah.
So this guy's profile said Some of y'all look like you belong on a milk carton with the AI filters.
What does that even mean?
I don't even understand what that means.
Look like a missing kid or something?
Like AI, like to make you look better on a milk carton.
Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking.
That's a real old school reference for a 19-year-old to be
Right.
making.
So I said, hi, love the spelling of your name. What I don't love is your bio.
Yeah.
Sad face. If you want to come at woman, I'll come harder. Smiley face.
Yeah.
You look like you're about to fail a vibe check and a PT test at the same time. Out here built like
I like
a
that.
discount action figure. Tight shirts, no personality. Staff sergeant, more like Sergeant Quirky. Because nothing is saving that blank stare. Did you just wake up from a 6-month nap? Or is that your default expression? Either way, blink twice if you're lost. Happy to help. He responded back and said, well, good morning.
I was going to say, so I'm assuming he got back to you.
Yeah, he did get back.
So you just went Charlie's Angel full throttle.
Full throttle.
Wow. Just to defend your woman.
Yeah, and don't be rude.
I mean, that's a crazy
app.
thing to be on a dating app, to just fully like say the most offensive thing about women in your bio. Any of you bitches want to hook up? Like,
You look like AI. You belong on a milk carton. Sorry.
yeah. Hello.
Anyways, that didn't work out.
Yeah. So he's a 19-year-old though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, bold.
On Hinge, but you fuck with him. That's good.
But you kind of put him in his
Tinder.
place.
Banned from Hinge.
Oh, you're on Tinder doing
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Right.
Damn. See, I don't know how I would navigate online dating now. I only had maybe a few years on there before getting shacked up
Yeah,
with
I
my
never
old
had
battle
success
axe,
on
but
there.
Don't.
yeah, can't dive back in.
One word, don't.
Yeah, I never had success on there because I would say unless you're putting something in your bio about a fucking milk carton, the woman's never going to message you first. And
True.
I had no good lines to come in with. You
Dude,
know?
I had the
Coming
best.
from you?
Well,
It-
you would be surprised as a shorter man how bad you do on the dating apps. I mean,
You get filtered out a lot by
That's
height
not
preferences.
as a straight white guy who's generally got like most stuff going for you, that is where you can get boxed out, is on dating apps. That's where you can physically get boxed out, and they go, nobody under 5'7", you know.
Yeah.
So I never really had success on the dating apps. I was in and out.
I feel like this is like what is it, an animal shelter commercial?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, I mean-
ASPCA, like a Sarah
Thank you.
McLachlan song comes
Yeah.
on.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Like,
I don't identify.
sad.
I don't identify as a short man, so it's like I've come to peace with it.
That's upsetting because Short King Month, I'm pretty sure, is the month of May.
Is
Yeah.
that May?
Short King Spring. Yeah.
God damn.
Yep. Yep.
It's gonna be May.
Here was
Can't
my
celebrate
here
it.
was my opening line on Tinder. I had about a maybe 15% success rate with it, but
Who's running the numbers on that?
I have a spreadsheet. There's a whole thing, but yeah, this is what I would open up with. I'd be like, I have a dog and contribute 3% to a 401k. Huh?
I have a
Pretty
dog
good,
that
right?
Contribute 3% to a 401k. Would you respond to
Immediately
that?
unmatched.
Fuck. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody can fit into the 15%, but
Now, what does your bio say?
yeah, let's get a live read on your
Yeah.
your profile. We'll grade it for you. Coming from
Okay.
we'll tell you how. We'll give it a
Okay.
an A to an F. We'll see where we're at.
That's right. We'll give you a rating.
All right.
Damn, girl, you look like you on a milk carton.
Yeah.
You should
I'm
just
trying-
steal that bio.
Oh, because you have to click the
The picture.
arrow.
Well, why do I have to read it? Okay, wait. Oh, click the arrow. Live. Oh my God, you got to live, laugh, learn to levitate on there.
Live, laugh, learn to levitate.
You got to take out the live, laugh. I think.
No,
Yeah.
it's part of it.
No, I would be fine with learn to levitate, but the live, laugh, you're better than
That's the whole premise of it, because everyone's like, live, laugh, love. No, I'm live, laugh, learn to levitate.
that. Gotcha.
What does the learn to levitate mean?
To float.
To float?
Of course, dumbass.
like
Sorry
in
about him.
like in a cryogenic tank? Like you just
Like you're,
no, like she's fucking
like,
Yoda in Star Wars,
you're
dude.
crisscross applesauce, and then you just
like a meditation style, like
Right.
you're
A meditative state. You're
yes.
live,
Levitating.
Okay. Yeah.
Levitating above the haters.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
you.
Yeah, like the
Simple.
haters.
Well, yeah, that bio's not. I would give it a B minus. I think we could do better.
Okay.
Comment
You know
in some suggestions for Amanda's bio,
Yeah.
and let us know if Live, Laugh, Levitate is going to get it done.
Yeah.
And if you've seen the bio, swipe left on this.
Swipe left. No, any of
we
our
got about 3 viewers on here. Who are gonna be...
any of the guys listening here, they're definitely on Craigslist. So if you're looking for any of them,
Perfect,
Mark the
perfect,
truck
perfect.
driver, he's on there. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, we got some guys like that.
Yeah,
But-
it's good to have you on though, because we are trying to tap into more of a female listener base here.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't have we've run the numbers a couple times, and I don't know how heavy of a female listener base we have.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know, because the only people that call in are like crazy truck drivers. We did have a crazy woman who's in, I think, a mental institution, and we had to stop calling her because like we started to feel bad. But
We thought it was somebody fucking with us, but it was a woman in Indiana that found us on YouTube, and she would call into our phone number and tell us about how she's been haunted by a ghost for 20 years.
yeah, she had a lot of like UFO paranormal stories. So that was a female, not the best example, but
Cindy, she was a big fan.
yeah, shout out to Cindy.
But
She's
yeah.
still out there.
Yeah, the female listenership goes through the roof when there's somebody other than us and our bozo friends on
Yeah.
here. So, I mean,
How do you think we could tap into more of like a female listenership?
I would say to channel into kind of some of the things that we talked about.
Mhm.
You want to be relatable.
Yeah,
you want
there
to
you go.
hear what the other sex is feeling,
Right.
as opposed
how do
to
we
just
do-
you.
we
How do
talk
we do
talk
that?
about Bravo a
You
lot.
guys are married. You should know this.
You would think so, but we're still trying to
Bravo's
crack the
good.
code.
That's a good start.
Bravo's okay. So
Something-
what's your go-to reality show?
The Valley currently,
Okay, so yeah,
only because
hearing that that's a new
Vanderpump
thing.
Rules has not come back yet.
yeah, my
Oh.
wife's big on Vanderpump, and
So
I think she's on
The
the
Valley
now.
is crazy.
The
That's what
Valley.
you should be talking about.
Well, sometimes
Valley.
we'll have Dan's wife Rachel on here to talk Bravo shows.
She's into all of those. She gives us all the updates. She watches like 13 different shows at one time.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so we can do some more Bravo talk.
Yep.
What else?
Probably what fashion
Fashion. Okay.
is in,
Now-
is in season.
it is, yeah. And I'm the right guy to talk about
He's
that.
not the right guy.
This
This is the coolest he's ever looked, but typically Dan looks like he just mowed his lawn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
Maybe
do.
he did just
I
no.
do.
mow his
a-
lawn.
Ask his wife; she will come down here and
I-
shit all over his.
I didn't put my
attire.
grass stained New Balances
Oh,
on today,
good,
but
good.
He's
Okay.
we say
Yeah.
he's a dad culture enthusiast.
Yeah.
Fashion is something that
Okay.
you could bring up.
We could do
Just
that.
like what's trending.
Maybe
Yeah.
we can have like a fashion consultant or just a woman on to tell us what's trending because we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
So
because
maybe that's where you can come in.
Or we get a musician.
ooh, little
Okay.
live playing on here.
I have an idea,
Okay,
Oh, let's hear it.
but we'll
we'll save it for after.
Yeah.
You don't want to spoil it.
I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, we don't
We're all-
want people stealing the idea.
Right.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right, cool. Good
Fashion, though,
suggestions.
that's good.
Fashion, musicians.
My entire outfit here was I put together at Kohl's.
Yeah.
So
styled by
Yeah.
Kohl's.
Yeah,
It says
we
that.
could
says
review
that.
style at Kohl's. Yeah, that's good. That's
It's
perfect.
giving Kohl's.
Kohl's cash vibes is what
It's
this
giving
is.
I
bought
was
it with a gift
thinking
card.
Maybe Save a Lot, but
Save a lot.
better.
There is one
Save a
I mean,
life,
yeah,
dude.
Save a life. Cue the Sarah McLachlan music.
Right.
What other ideas do you have? We got fashion and Bravo. What's one other thing that we could really?
Let's get one more suggestion of how we can maybe be a little bit more relatable to the ladies.
We could talk about girl math.
No, yeah, but that's not gonna last.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like that's a one bit thing.
Probably. We like to gossip. That's what it
Oh,
comes down
Okay.
to.
Yeah.
Gossip. Okay.
So
Yeah, we
if
could use a
you're
little more goss.
giving tea. Consider, for example, Jax Taylor
Who's that?
from Bravo,
Which show?
The Valley and Vanderpump Rules.
Okay, I think I do know who you're talking about.
Catch us up on this feller.
He was
He's
like
the
a
dark-haired husband, like
to
alcoholic
Brittany.
dude.
Yeah.
Okay, I do know who you're talking about. Unfortunately,
See, that's what you need to know.
You're right. You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
But all he does is gossip and talk about people. And I think that's why these shows have done so well because the women like
Yeah.
They like the
You know what my
gossip,
favorite
yeah.
thing on the Bravo shows is? It's like you have a guy like that. This is every time I come in and one of the episodes is on, it's like the guy was cheating on the girl or something like that. And he's so, like, they have it on camera. He's like so lying.
Because
Like
they got
so
cameras and
obviously.
everything.
And
yeah.
then it'll just be like
obvious.
Yeah.
somebody tells a friend or something, and then the girl like confronts him and it's like, or maybe it's like the friend of the girlfriend will be like, I just wanted to let you know that so and so found out that you were like out partying, cheating on Sarah last weekend. And the guy on camera will just stare directly into the camera and be like,
Soulless.
what are you talking about? I'm like, just fully
They're
lie.
like, I don't know.
It is quality TV. They'll just like, because they have it, and then they'll like flash back to footage of him
Yep.
like,
And it's always black and white
Yeah.
when they flash
It's
back.
Like with the night vision on the camera and
Yeah.
everything.
yeah, just like climbing into bed with somebody. He'll be like, what are you even talking about? That is good
Sorry,
stuff.
that wasn't me. So yeah, just regular gossip. Doesn't have to be Bravo. It could be anything.
It could be
Okay.
anything.
You're right,
You
Bravo
have
is
any
big
good
right
tea? I mean, you can leave names out. You got any good gossip going on right now? Like
And
what's?
Let me check my note.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
let's
other notes
see.
did you have on there?
There's gotta be
even if
something
you just
good,
want to
though.
fire them off.
I have a lot.
Let's-
You really
let's make
came
sure.
prepped.
It's nice.
I did.
Sorry if we steamrolled any of the notes that you had ready to go.
No. Oh, one of the things that I have that I think would cause drama, gossip.
Ooh.
You just text a man randomly, hey, I heard some terrible shit about you, and then you just ghost them.
Oh my god, that is evil.
That's that's like
That is-
psychological
That is
warfare.
so
Like, you just
evil.
say that and then block the number.
Oh
Okay,
my
now
God.
let's
that would be devastating text again.
let's add a twist to that.
Dan just got one, right?
Yeah, I just got one right there. It's like, you piece of shit. How could you? Well, let's bring this back here. Now, let's say high school you sent Brendan a text message that said, "I just heard some terrible shit about you," and then you never responded. What would his reaction? How quick till a phone call came through?
Does he have a phone?
Let's write him a letter. You put it in the
It's
mail.
very contingent upon how close I was to his fucking payphone at the time. But I would, yeah, dude, if you tell that to
He
anybody,
would have blown me up
yeah, of
Yeah.
course, dude.
Yeah.
But dude,
immediately if he had a phone.
if you tell that to anybody, you're gonna tell me you're not gonna lose sleep over that?
Yeah.
I would lose sleep.
Yeah, that is a
Not
maniacal.
just like Ghost said, like you're blocked.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh, you block, like the text automatically go from blue to green. That type of block.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is
shit.
a real evil
I'm
thing.
throwing
to do to
up.
someone.
Immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't go. I'd call out of work.
Yeah, no.
I'd be like, I don't know, dude. Some people are hearing some really bad shit
Quit
about
my
me.
job.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I can't stand when somebody will say like, "Oh, I got something to tell you about this. I'll tell you in person," or any. I was like, "Why?"
What are you doing?
I know,
Like,
I hate-
why?
I hate that. Here's another peeve, dude. When someone goes, "I'll call you," or they go, "Can I call you?" I go, "Am I getting fired right now?" Just text it to me. You know, I don't like to have the anticipation.
Agreed. I did have one manager, and she would message me on Zoom and say, I'm gonna call you in 5 minutes, in parentheses, good things.
That's a very courteous thing to do.
Thank you.
Because
Yeah.
that's primarily what I'm talking about is if you're in a job and they go like, "Hey, call me when you get a chance." I'm like, "I'm done. I'm fired. Everything's over."
Right.
Yeah.
You're sweating.
And then they're
for
like, "Hey,
what?
yeah." They're like, "Just wanted to check in, see how you're doing." I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong
You
with
did
you?"
this on purpose.
Yeah. I hate that.
Jeez.
Same. Okay, next thing, and I'll leave it at this. Oh, speaking of work, actually, were
What do
you
you do
guys?
for work, by the way? You don't have to
So-
talk about it if you don't want to, but
No, so currently, my client is NRG,
okay.
which is an energy supplier,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and we're hired underneath a broker. But back in the day, when I worked for a medical education company, it was during COVID.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys, what you were doing during COVID, rough time. But I had a guy who threatened to sue me.
You individually.
Why
Me.
you specifically?
I had to call him to say that we're not going to be hosting this event. We have to move it to virtual because this is peak COVID.
In fairness, you just said, "Hey, we're not hosting this event," and then you blocked his fucking number.
I
I heard some
should've.
really bad shit about you, and I just blocked
Block.
his number. Yeah.
So, I remember his name. I'm not going to say it because
Yeah.
he already threatened to sue me. But called him and he screamed at me. He was basically like, I signed up for this months ago. COVID.
Yeah.
Okay. Airlines aren't happening. You can't get here.
Yeah.
This sent my, at the time, boss spiraling. Forced me to continue to reach out to this person.
Oh my God.
To basically say, it's okay. It's all right. You are going to be refunded. Was not having any part of it. Worst day of my life.
But why did he threaten to sue you? Just because you can't? He's like, I'm going to sue you for just like not doing what I want.
Right. Like imagine you go to Dunkin' Donuts and you get a bacon, egg, and cheese and they give you a sausage, egg, and cheese. And then you come back and you're like,
I'm going to fucking sue you.
I'm
dude."
going to sue you.
Fucking sue you for all you got, McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, I didn't do
Right.
anything.
Yeah. Well, I've only done that 2 or 3 times, but
Yeah.
you know, I was really looking forward to that bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all had lawsuits thrown at us, threatened to sue. Actually, have I? Yeah, I probably had a few.
Did you?
Yeah, a
I
couple of
very well-
restraining orders.
Yeah, restraining orders, lawsuits,
No,
tomatoes,
I'm joking.
tomatoes.
I should clarify. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like I'm just meeting you for the first time.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like we've been friends for years.
Yeah.
I know, right? That's all it takes. Is just
He's
a
got
little
that spirit about
over.
him.
Yeah,
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 mostly because of his clothes. You're like, I
yeah.
feel
Most
like
of my
this
clothes.
guy's been around
TJ
for
Maxx.
years.
TJ Maxx. I'm a TJ Maxx daddy right here. I can
That's
just
right.
use some Kohl's Cash, get a card on there. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So we'll talk about fashion. We'll talk about gossip. We'll do it all.
Yeah,
Yep. Bravo.
Bravo. Yeah. Yeah, we do talk about Bravo a lot. You
Yeah.
know, I hate that I get like sucked into it if it's on in the background or Rachel's watching in another room. And I'm like, what's going on? And then I like all of a sudden sit down and then I'm watching it.
Yep.
Below Deck always gets me because they're at least on a boat and everything and
I
they're
don't
out.
like Below Deck.
Really?
There's too many. I can't keep up with the like.
Agreed.
If I'm sitting down and I'm watching it, I can get into it. But then I'm like, I'm not gonna. There's like a million of them.
It's like Israel, the Caribbean,
Yeah, there's
Africa.
fucking
Where are
Palestine.
we?
Yeah. I just like watching the captains because they're usually like the one woman and then there's the older like white haired guy.
Captain Lee.
Captain Lee.
Captain Lee is the one I know.
Because they're kind of just like the parents of these like, you know, like drunk 20, 30 something year olds. And they're just like, the fuck are they doing? Like they know like they're playing into the role a little bit.
Uh-huh.
But I
Yeah.
did see some of the, what do they call the episodes of these shows where they like all sit down in like a panel? Like they do those like
Oh.
reunions or
Not a
Oh.
reunion.
Oh.
Back.
Oh, I know what-
backstage
I know what you're
something.
talking
And
about.
Andy Cohen is like the moderator.
Yes, I know exactly what you're
So
talking about.
those ones, and they sit down, like the older, like the Captain Lee will just be sitting there, and he's just like playing into his role. It's always so awkward and weird, but then the sparks start flying, and people start really like they just put everybody on a boat, and it's like, okay, now hate each other, like
Yeah.
get into an argument, somebody.
You get one night off the boat, have fun, get wasted,
Yeah, get as drunk
come
as possible,
back,
make some
and
mistakes.
fight.
Yeah,
Because we need
please.
some content here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a genius business model.
This was something I thought of
Sweet.
earlier. You know, yeah, exactly. They go out and get wasted, right? Do you guys think if alcohol was invented now, it would ever be legalized?
That's a great question. Yeah, it's
Because
been-
people would be like, you know, there'd be people, politicians that are like, this is terrible, all this stuff. Because it's been around for hundreds, if not
yeah, it's
thousands
just
of
been
years.
grandfathered in.
It's kind of just grandfathered in. It's just like, yeah, everyone just goes out and gets wasted. It's whatever. But like,
That's a great question.
there's no way. I don't think it would have been
Yeah.
legal.
probably
I
not.
don't. It depends. Because
Yeah.
if we're getting into it,
We might not know the effects, like how serious, how much we're really going to take this and run with it. You know,
Right.
if it's brand spanking new.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
and people are going to pay whatever to, if they don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
It's like the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah. There'd be a prohibition
Yeah.
in the year
Yeah,
2025.
bring back the prohibition, and it's
That
going
would
to
be-
be like,
Right.
That would be
People are going
nuts.
to do what they want to do.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be absolutely crazy. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
But
It's a great question, Dan.
yeah, I'm really
question.
finding out some real thought-provoking
I got a
questions.
question.
Here we
Sure.
go.
Dead or alive, who are you inviting to dinner and why? One person.
Dead or alive, who are you inviting to dinner?
You have a 3-hour dinner, just you and one person.
Oh, shit. This is always an interesting question. I've never thought about it, and I've heard people throw it out there. But I would have to go. I'll narrow it down. It has to be some type of historical figure. You know who I'll go with? Nobody prominent, I just want to talk to an average Joe, regular old person that lived in like colonial America. Normal person, just like, and now side question.
Right.
Would we be in present time or would I be going back to their time for dinner?
Present time. They come to the future.
Oh.
I would love to just have an average person and just catch them up to speed on Tinder, Bravo, the whole thing. Like, this is where we're at now. I would love to tell somebody who's like, what the fuck are these lights? Like, literally anything. Like, what is that? What is that? Everything is new.
That would take 3 hours, but when are you eating dinner?
What are we?
You're going to have to explain a lot.
This is what I would do.
Yeah, how much time do you got, buddy?
I'd have Chick-fil-A cater it. We'd have the nuggets on the tray, Chick-fil-A sauce. And then they'd be like, they're never fucking leaving. So I would lay that out on the table, just sit on down. I might have to tie them down, but we would sit down and, just go over the whole thing. Like, what are your questions for me as we start this endeavor?
Yeah.
And then they're going to start asking some questions. And I just want to hear what an actual person from them, like what they would sound like talking. Like, we have like, if you watch like The Patriot or something, you might get an idea. They have like a weird little accent, but then they hear me talking like, what the fuck? I would just be enamored by that.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
I like it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Good.
Who would you bring?
Yeah, who would you
I'm
bring?
still thinking.
Why are you making me follow
Because
up after that?
I can't think
That's
of
what's
That's
up,
a great question. I'm like, Regis Philbin's like the first person that comes to
Regis
mind.
Philbin.
I met him in Disney World, and he was so not nice.
Regis Philbin as an asshole.
What?
Yes, he
Holy-
was so rude.
Wow.
And I was like 12, so
What did he do that was so rude?
Did
He
you
was
think
like,
he
you'll
was
never
Mickey-
be a millionaire.
Did you think he was
went-
Mickey Mouse or something?
No, he was at dinner. I think it was in Epcot, and my mom and I went up to go. 'Cause Mom said, "That's Regis Philbin. We have to go say hi."
You're like, Mom, no,
So-
we used to date.
So we go over. He was so nasty
Really?
to the point where we went up. I can still see him. He was wearing a blue suit.
I could see him being a
Hunched
little
over.
fucking critter like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crouched over. And I said, "Can we get a picture with you?" He said, "No."
Really? Just shook you off.
Shook you
So
off.
we were like,
Yeah.
Guess we got to go back to our table. And
Yeah.
he did. So don't bring him to dinner because he's not nice.
Yeah.
He would wave you off too. No, take it back.
I'm trying to think of somebody more recent, like maybe like from like the 60s or the 70s or some like maybe like fucking like John Lennon or like a musician or somebody.
John
Hang
Lennon.
on, Matt is throwing up.
It's like, oh, disgusting
Fucking
choice.
horrible answer.
Well,
Well,
look at it this
Go
way.
second.
Look at it this way. If you bring back John Lennon, Yoko Ono's still alive. You could invite her too and be like, hey, guess who's here? And just bring her
Yeah.
right
No,
in.
you can't bring two.
Oh, you can't bring
Just
two.
one
Okay.
man. Listen to the fucking rules, dude.
How about like a Jackie O, like real like icons in the 50s or 60s?
Ooh, that's a good one. John Kennedy, dude.
Yeah, bring back some people like that. I really threw it out
Okay.
as a curveball answer by saying no famous people, just a regular old person.
Yeah.
But if I were to go with a
Colonial.
celebrity, colonial woman from 1790,
Any colonial woman would be
Crazy.
fine.
that would be wild. Now I'm thinking about
Maybe
it.
Ben Franklin. That would be cool.
Now I feel like my answer's stupid.
What is
Well,
your
you asked
answer?
the question.
What is your
What's
answer?
your answer?
Eric Andre?
He's still alive. Oh, I forgot.
Oh,
he's
dead or
still
alive.
Dead or
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. That would be an interesting and fun time.
Yeah, kind of for anytime you
I
ask
will-
a dead or alive, I always go dead. But you forget there's a lot of cool living people out there.
Right.
Yeah.
I watched an interview about him, and he basically was like, "Yeah, like, I'm this chaotic person on my channel, but behind the scenes, by myself, I'm very chill."
Yeah, I love that, dude. I can't stand
Yeah.
when people are always on. Like, I want to just talk to a
Right.
regular person, and I get if you're funny and you do your thing, but it's like at some point I want to come back to earth and have a conversation with you.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So that's a respectable answer.
Thank God I
Yeah.
didn't go with a colonial man.
Colonial
Yeah.
man. That would be nuts.
Yeah.
Just all the differences and
They
everything.
leave us for each other.
Yeah.
Just Eric Andre and some colonial woman.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
So wait, who are you going with? Would you go Ben Franklin? Old Benny
Yeah,
Franks?
I guess I'll go Benny Frank just to keep it historical.
Glad we talked you out of Regis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a thought.
Yeah, at least you get Benny Frank. He was a real womanizer.
Yeah, ask him about the syphilis and
Yeah.
Yep.
No, you'd be like, what?
that
He's
was
like,
that was the downfall to his relationship with life, dude.
yeah, dude. And that
yeah.
guy lived well beyond the average lifespan at that
I
time
think he
too.
was like 90 or something.
Did he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he like lived well into either 70s or 80s, maybe 90. I don't know, but yeah.
Hold on. Okay, speaking of age, why have we not brought up the fact that the Pope is from Villanova?
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
And the youngest Pope,
Oh, he was the youngest pope.
yes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you guys both went to Catholic high school. Fuck, I should have brought this up.
Yeah.
We did.
Okay, so yeah, I did see a
Bringing the jobs back to America,
He
dude.
went to Wawa.
Yeah.
first pope that probably went to a Wawa.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Because he's American. Everyone else is typically from Italy.
Yeah, imagine if you went to school with the fucking Pope and you're like, fucking Eric is Pope, dude?
Well, I saw the there was some
what I'm
girl.
saying.
You're like, that guy clogged the toilet in 7th grade, dude. There's nothing holy about him.
I saw a girl put out a reel that her mom hooked up with the Pope in college.
What?
And when they announced him as the Pope, she was like FaceTiming with her mom, and she's like, "No fucking way!" And it's like she told the story. Apparently, her mom had like a thing with the Pope back in the '70s at Villanova.
It kind of makes me like him more.
Kind of, yeah. Could you see the Pope just
Seems
ripping
like
a
a baller.
Yeah,
ripping a
somewhere-
beer bong at a frat party or something?
Yeah, I'm going to be Pope someday, dude. It's cool.
And everybody's doubting him. All
Everyone told him, don't go for Pope, man.
don't go for Pope.
Jobs out there
Every
for
single
popes.
person, it's like, is he still taking those mushrooms?
Yeah. He keeps saying he's going to be fucking Pope, dude.
That doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah. They're like, he just wears weird hats, but I don't know if that qualifies you.
Just answers the door in a robe all the time.
How
It's kinda
crazy is
weird.
that? Like the job opening finally, comes around and you're like, perfect timing, dude.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You know what annoys the fuck out of me more than anything is that they can choose a pope in 2 days, but if I have job applications, it takes me 5 rounds of interviews over the course of 1.5 months for a fucking marketing job. I'm like, what are we doing?
Preach. But everyone says, no one wants to work. Are you working?
Yeah,
Because I've
dude.
already applied.
Have you even tried to become a pope? Because people are getting those jobs, dude. It's like you got to think outside the box like that. That's what these fucking idiots don't realize. It's like, have you tried pope?
So you should be Pope.
Father Donegan. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're working towards it.
Our next.
Yeah, you just got to. That's the crazy part about that job opening is you just got to wait till the current pope dies, and then you're like, "Hello, here's my resume."
All right.
Yeah.
Now you're kind of sounding like Luigi a little bit.
That's
Yeah.
true, dude. Maybe that's what he was gunning for, man. He
Yeah.
just wanted that position.
I didn't even know there was a guy that tried to assassinate Pope John Paul II. Did you know that? I never heard of that until I saw it today.
No.
He went into the guy's jail cell afterwards and had a whole thing with him and like forgave him, and there was this whole photo op and everything. It's like I never knew somebody tried to shoot the Pope. Psycho John Paul II, like the 70s or 80s, I think.
That's wild for him to go in there and be like, "Let me just talk to this guy.
Let me just see what he's all about. Throw some holy water on him."
He doesn't know me yet."
And then
wow.
the guy was just like, yeah, like he was like completely like,
That's so embarrassing for the guy to be like, you know what, man, my mistake. I should have just gotten to know you.
Should have just sat down and did a podcast.
I
with
would
you.
have really biffed that one. I would have been really upset if I would have hit you. I apologize. He's got to feel. I would have felt real silly if I would have hit you.
I did
Sorry
not,
about that.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
But I did have a dream the other night about my grade school principal. She was a nun.
Oh yeah.
She was in my dream. It was a nightmare.
Nightmares
R.I.P.
are real.
But I feel like she was coming to say hello.
In
Good
the,
or bad?
in the
I don't
dream.
know.
Through your dream.
Yeah.
Did you have a problem with this nun in high school or middle school or
No,
something?
she was so nasty to everyone except for me
Oh.
because she loved my mom.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So she treated you well, not everybody else.
Yup.
That was
She's
a
just-
real sister act.
Yup.
And she was trying to reconnect with you through dreams and everything.
Maybe.
Joyful, joyful. By the way, one of the best movies of all time, Sister Act 2.
You know what I've been watching recently? Billy Madison.
There you go.
There we go.
Sister
Love
Act 2,
that.
Billy Madison.
Am I crazy for thinking that O'Doyle Rules comes from Billy Madison?
No, yeah.
And then he plays it in Click?
Yeah, it's from Billy Madison. I
But
don't
then
remember
he says
the
it in
clip.
Click.
I guess you're probably right. It's probably a callback to Billy Madison.
He says it in Click. Henry
I
Winkler's
thought
in that,
so.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He
plays his
probably
dad.
does.
Oh, I gotta go back and watch that. I liked that movie. I haven't seen that in years.
Yeah.
It's a tearjerker. Click.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is.
Although I'm in the midst of having a 3-week-old baby right now, so I'm like, give me that fucking remote, dude. I'll totally fast forward that shit for next couple of months.
Dude, some of
No,
those.
sometimes you just gotta cry.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Gotta just let
That's
it
true.
out.
That's
Kind of
true.
let it out. Yeah.
That is a strategy.
Yeah, you can come on over here. We can throw it on. You know what I
Yeah.
did was bad idea was when I was home by myself one night and took a bunch of mushrooms and watched Interstellar.
Oh
That
my
is-
god, that'll get you.
I've just read online like what are good
That
movies
made my
to watch.
head spin just listening to you say that.
Holy shit! You've seen the movie though, right?
Yes.
Do you know when he's
So good.
when he's at the part where everything is like time is fast forwarding so fast and he's watching the videos from his
Oh
kids
my
get
god.
older
Yeah.
and how their lives are all like fucked up and everything and he literally can't do anything. So I'm sitting there on mushrooms I was like, holy fucking
Yeah.
shit. I thought it was going to be like more like I never watched it and I took mushrooms. So I'm like, I thought it was going to be like a cool like space sci-fi, which it was, but I didn't expect all
It's
that shit.
emotional.
Listen,
Yeah.
you're brave.
Yeah.
Because what?
Yeah.
I should have watched Avatar.
Yeah, that would have been a much better
Anything.
selection.
Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
I
Something.
don't know.
Something.
Yeah, I would have been.
Yeah.
I would have been crying for 3 weeks if I had taken mushrooms and watched Interstellar.
Well, now I just got the idea to watch mushrooms and take mushrooms and watch Click.
There you go.
Oh man.
There
You
you
just
go.
watch Click, but
Yeah, you
It's
don't need the mushrooms.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
you don't
What
really
did
need
you
to.
put the mushrooms on? Because I remember in college, everyone would do it with peanut butter.
Yeah, I don't mind the texture of it at all. I just pop them by themselves. It's
I
like
don't
it's like
even like normal.
yeah, he takes them like
Mushrooms.
vitamins.
I take them like vitamins. Yeah,
It's basically a multivitamin.
They're-
for
they're
this
like-
I
guy.
don't like.
they're like packing peanuts, like little styrofoam things, and I'm just like, I ate those as a kid. Yeah, so I'm just throwing them back.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of lead paint chips.
Yeah, why are we just glossing over the fact that you mentioned that you eat packing peanuts?
Yeah, I went to the hospital as a kid
question.
one time for those little like packs of gel things that are in like packages.
That say strictly do not consume.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I had a numerous run-ins with things that I shouldn't have consumed. That and the Tide Pod thing. I did that one time.
Oh, you were part
It's
of
like
that.
4 years ago, dude.
Oh,
You
shit,
were like
you're- yeah.
28 years old.
I was mid-20s. I specifically remember in my Fairmount apartment, and I'm like, you know what? I did?
Dan's like, they look delicious.
They do.
They do.
They do look good.
They're orange and blue. It looks like an icy from Wawa. Remember the old school
If you
ices
froze one of those
with the polar bears on it? Remember
Yeah,
them?
the polar, but there was never orange. It
No,
was
but-
red.
You know what?
red,
you know what?
blue, yellow.
You know what the
Yeah.
orange reminded me of was Sunkist, the orange soda.
Right, but that wasn't a thing. Anyways.
Anyway,
continue.
so what I didn't realize, I thought that like I could put it in there and like that you could like it was like a chewy, like you had to like break the seal on it. I didn't know they dissolved. So it dissolved in my mouth like a fucking piece of communion wafer. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? It was terrible. It was terrible taste. I spit it right out.
I mean, that's not a surprise.
Yeah, my brain wasn't
Funny.
fully developed. I was 26, 27. It was still
Yeah.
getting there.
Dan's wife had to call poison control. They're like, for your kids? You're like, my husband.
My husband ate a Tide Pod.
Yeah.
You're like, by accident?
Yeah.
No.
He was experimenting with some stuff.
Yeah, I was.
He was watching Interstellar and I don't know.
It's the mushroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the mushrooms, a lot of people, they will put it in like peanut butter. They'll put it on like pizza. My friend makes it in chocolate and stuff. But like people do that if they don't like the texture. They get like weird or the taste. I don't like taste anything, and the texture doesn't bother me. So I just like take them. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I have put them on pizza before. But yeah,
I feel like that's probably the most normal.
yeah,
Like
definitely
peanut
more
butter's.
normal.
yeah,
Huh?
yeah. Anytime I have to take vitamins or medicine or whatever, I don't never drink water with it. I'll just swallow the pill just
Okay,
dry.
well, shouldn't do that.
That's probably bad, isn't
If
it?
it gets stuck in your throat,
Uh-oh.
it'll cause severe dehydration,
Oh shit.
and you could be hospitalized.
Damn it.
Damn.
That happened to my religion teacher's son.
Oh my god.
Maybe that's why the nun visited you in a dream.
Maybe.
Don't
Is
let-
this God calling?
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
You're gonna do a podcast with this guy who takes a pill.
Tell him
No,
to wet
you-
the roof of his mouth.
You absolutely need to not dry swallow pills.
Damn, I didn't know there was
That's
any adverse adverse things to
Because
that.
if it gets lodged in your throat,
Yeah, then I'm in a bit of a pickle.
Damn.
just a bit.
Damn. Okay. Well, we learned a lot on here. This
Did
is
learn
great.
a lot.
We
We should
did.
probably land this plane.
Yeah, we should.
Do you
Yeah,
have
we should.
any plugs?
You want
Anything you want to promote? Anything you want to say to the people?
Everyone, don't match with me on Tinder.
Do not match with her on
to
fucking
swipe
Tinder.
left? Don't
Until
anybody go
she's-
looking for her. Don't do it.
Do not.
And if you're a fan, you have to follow these guys. And
Thank
that's it.
you.
Oh, perfect.
Fuck yeah, dude. Thank you for coming on. That was a blast
Thanks
from the
for having
past. A lot
Yeah.
of fun. It was great to catch up. So yeah, it was
Yeah.
Thanks,
Next one
guys.
we'll do an outdoor podcast program poolside over at
Amanda's parents' house.
over at
Yep.
Amanda's parents'
Great.
house, and you guys are all invited. Yeah.
You got any plugs, big guy?
Only thing I got to say is live, laugh, and levitate. So that's going to be my new motto. It might be the episode title, to be honest.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't have anything much. Next in line comedy this Friday, and that's all I'll promote for now. BrendanDonegan.com for all the dates.
All right.
Thank you, Mans.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
guys.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
coming
having me.
on. We'll see you.